My impression of the Basilica community was initially that it was very vibrant, and later I got to know more about the generosity of all the parishioners. They're very welcoming, and I was very touched by the families, especially who I got to know through the youth and young adults, just how much they want to know about you as a person and the way that they invite you into the events and all of the busyness of the Basilica. They're very welcoming all the time.
Well, I have two impressions of the Basilica community. The first one is that it's very active. Just the amount of liturgies that goes on in the Basilica, the 3 daily masses, the baptisms, the funerals, the confession schedule, which is daily. That for me is very moving in the sense that it seems that the church is not doing well, but here we are, and all these things are happening. So I was very touched by that. And the second thing is just the status of catechism that the young people have in the Basilica. 14, 15-year-old, very knowledgeable about the faith, scripture, something I probably didn't know when I was their age, is very moving and impressive to me. For me, the experience that was the highlight of my internship here this summer is me exposing or reposing the Blessed Sacrament. It's something that I just was able to do, and having the opportunity to train for that here this summer was very marking for me. And yeah, that's
a highlight of my summer internship was probably the process of planning and carrying out VBS for the younger kids at the school. I just had a lot of opportunities to step up to the plate for that whole project. It took pretty much the whole summer from the day I got here to just last week we finished. And it was really satisfying to see all the little things that I had done at the beginning become more and more real. And working with my two bosses, it was a great team. And then the day that it actually came out was a lot of fun. I got to spend time with kids, which is a joy. So that was one of the highlights for me. I definitely had a lot of opportunities to grow spiritually here. I was blessed with a living situation that was 2 blocks from the Basilica. So not only was I close to work, but I was very close to the sacraments, and I could come to daily Mass and a daily Holy Hour. So I prioritized that for myself, and it provided a lot of insights into my interior life, my spiritual life that I didn't have the opportunity to contemplate before. So the increased prayer time, it taught me a lot about God's goodness for my life, and just finding myself here with these people at this internship. I grew a lot in spiritual appreciation and value for the time I get to spend in prayer.
For me, it's definitely also the Holy Hour. Just having the ability to sit before the Blessed Sacrament daily, or most days when I'm able to, and also not having the worries and the anxiety of exams and papers at school, just quiets the mind more, and a more silent interior, which allowed me to have more of a mental prayer, a better disposition to pray silently before God. What I will miss most about the Basilica is the fraternity we have with the priests. Over my course of stay here, there were 5 priests living here, and we had dinner together 3 times a week. And that's something that's encouraged in the seminary, but it doesn't carry out necessarily in the parish. And I was very thrilled that this is something that's going on here, and everybody's willing to be here for dinner and socialize and just talk about how the day went. And so that sense of community and brotherhood is probably something I will miss when I go back. Hopefully I'll find more in the scope. Yeah.
One thing I'm going to miss about the Basilica is the the value that they put on the sacraments. Not all parishes, will take the time to have a daily Mass and take the time that they need for that Mass. And so I really appreciate when I go to a sacrament and the priests aren't rushing through and there's time for silence. So I'm going to miss that just parish attitude of appreciation and reverence for the sacraments and the quiet that they leave, so that the conversation between each parishioner and God can be encouraged and fostered.